Good afternoon, everyone. It's a beautiful day in the USA. And today, I have two rants to go on. One kind of leads into the other. But the first one is my ultimate pet peeve. I cannot freaking stand seeing this. And that is, I can't stand when I see someone in the grocery store or a Walmart or whatever riding around on those little electric handicap scooters. I cannot freaking stand seeing able-bodied people. So let me clarify. Able-bodied people riding around on those little electric handicap scooters instead of walking their ass around the store to get their groceries. There are many people that are truly handicapped via a birth defect or an accident or maybe a veteran that actually needs that scooter to go get their groceries or go get whatever they need from the store. And you are so freaking lazy that you don't feel like walking 10 steps. So you're going to walk your ass up to the front door, get on one of those little scooters, and drive it around the store like it's no big deal. And the stores these days can't say anything about it. I remember when I was younger, they used to kick you off and kick you out of the store, but now they can't, because God forbid they walk up to someone that looks like they are perfectly fine and it happens to be that they do have some kind of issue that they can't walk around the store. They would get in a lot of trouble. So these stores don't say anything about it. And maybe it's just a culture thing on where I live. I don't know. Like, I see it more here than I do other places, but I probably see it every other time I go to the grocery store or Walmart. And the other thing is, being a fat ass does not qualify you as handicapped to be riding that thing around. In fact, you need to walk more than the rest of us. I would say that I would rather see a skinny person than a fat person riding on one. Especially when I see that fat person hobbling up to the front door with no limp or nothing. They're just fat. And they just don't want to walk around the store. The reason why you can't walk around the damn store is because you're too out of shape. Maybe if you weren't so damn lazy and ate so damn much, you would be able to walk around the store just fine. You wouldn't need the scooter. You wouldn't even think about doing the scooter. And I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for that. Oh, but some people just have these issues and that issue. Okay, maybe so. But I guarantee you, 90% of them don't have problems. They're just overweight. They chose to sit around the house and eat fast food and fried food and not exercise. Which, okay, I said I had two rants. This leads me into maybe a third rant. And, the other thing I can't stand is when you tell people, oh, you need to exercise, say, oh, I can't, my knees are bad. It hurts to run. It hurts to walk. Well, no shit. You weigh 400 pounds. It's gonna hurt. The hurt will go away. The hurt will go away when you build muscle, when you get stronger, when your body gets used to carrying yourself around all day. And then when you start losing that weight, you're going to start feeling great. There's people who have been not even fat, but maybe weren't eating properly, or me as an example, right? 6 months ago, I was eating whatever. I've always been active, but I was kind of eating whatever. And then I chose, I'm going to go on a good diet. From here on out, I'm going to eat great. I can tell you right now, night and day. And I have always been active, so it wasn't like I made the only life change I really made was I'm going to run a little bit more than what I normally do and work out a little more, and I'm gonna not eat all this junk. And me cutting out all the junk, it's completely night and day. So, someone who's big, I love seeing someone who is maybe a little bit heavy and they're out walking on the sidewalk, or they're out trying to run, and they may not look like they're normal at or natural at it. It will come. And I have the utmost respect for someone that's trying to get out there and make a change for themselves, because they realize, I need to get the weight off me, or I need to be healthy. And so I'm not against fat people, and I'm not against people who want to be fat, who don't want to work out. That's fine, that's your choice. But don't ride around the electric scooter. You being fat and you choosing to be fat does not entitle you to get a fucking free ride around the store. Alright? I'm sorry. Because there are people that need it a lot more than you. Now, for my next rant, I guess it all kind of goes into, in some shape or form, it all relates, is participation trophies in sports. And, I'm young, so I'm kind of from that time where, we would all get a trophy at the end of the season. But I remember my parents and my dad really, letting me know that, that trophy doesn't mean nothing. Hell, a lot of times we didn't even go to the trophy ceremony. It didn't matter, right? If we didn't win, you didn't get a trophy. That trophy, hell, we throw them away. They have no sentimental value. Oh, you participated on a team. That's exactly what it's a participation trophy. Participation gets you nowhere in life. Okay? And I feel like in the United States, and that's what I can speak on because that's where I live, is that everyone's entitled to something. Everyone, we have this entitlement culture going on right now. We're all entitled to something. Well, no, you're not. The only thing you're really entitled to is the rights granted to you in the Constitution. So, I have a huge problem with allowing kids to grow up thinking that, oh, Johnny, it's okay that you got 7th place, out of 8 teams. Here's a trophy. You did good. Well, where's the incentive? Because I'm sorry, but as far as I can see, life is about winning and losing. You have winners, you have losers. We go to war. You have a winner and you have a loser, for the most part. You don't hear about athletes that lost every game in tennis, right? Or track. You don't hear about a track star that lost every race, right? So, why do we reward mediocrity? I think I said that right. I will never get over that. I don't think I'll ever let my kids get a trophy unless it was an earned trophy. And I think that is what's getting us to where we have this culture now that thinks that they're entitled to all of these benefits. And something that made it worse was the pandemic, unfortunately, because now no one wants to go back to work because we were giving everyone unemployment. And people were making more getting unemployment than they were at their jobs. And then we get an administration in there that wants to keep extending it out. And they want to keep extending it out because they just said, oh, well, everyone that wants to go back to work has a job, so we have somewhat full unemployment, or full employment, but that's not real. And everyone has this sense of entitlement, and no one wants to work for anything. No one owes you anything in this world. Like I said, the only thing you are entitled to are the rights granted to you in the Constitution of the United States. It's the only entitlements you have. And it all derives, I think, in my opinion, from things like participation trophies. It's the worst idea. You know, you see that the soccer games without a ball. Oh, everyone gets to score. I can't stand, so I played football. I couldn't stand growing up when we would beat a team by 30 points and my coach would have to go and write a letter to the organization apologizing for how bad we won. I remember in high school, we beat a team 91-0. We beat the shit out of them. And not only did we beat the shit out of them, we had JV and freshman players playing pretty much midway through the first quarter. This team was just that bad. And my high school coach got so much crap for running the score up. He had no choice. He played everyone he could have played, all right, to make it not as bad as it was. The other team was just bad. That's not our fault or my coach's fault that the other team didn't want to fucking prepare. I just cannot stand it. Sports, especially, there's a great thing about sports in that it teaches you how to prepare for something. Preparation, work ethic. Because in sports, a lot of times hard work can be rewarded. And it's usually rewarded either by getting yourself a spot on the field or winning. And, in Pop Warner, when you're saying, oh, you can't beat the team by that much, or in Little League, we're going to have a 10-run rule. So instead of playing 6 innings, we're going to play 4 innings and cut the game off so people don't get beat too bad. Sometimes those bad ass whoopings are worth it. Sometimes they teach that other team, maybe we need to do something to fix this so we don't get our ass whooped. Sometimes that ass whooping on the opposite side teaches the team that won, hey, if we keep doing what we're doing and working hard, we can keep winning like that. I can't stand, going to a running clock in football where they don't stop the time because you're up by 30 or 40 points. I just never understood that. Especially, I don't think it's fair to the parents when it comes to Little League or youth sports that pay the money to sign their kids up, and their kids are on a good team, they work hard, and the coach is a good coach, and they're going out and they're kicking ass, and the kids don't get the full game. They get it cut off early because they're winning. You pay $100 to sign your kid up, you want the full 10 games or whatever it is. You don't want, 10 half games. You didn't pay to see that. And when these kids get to high school and college, it's not, high school they go to running clocks. In college, though, in the NFL, they don't. You get your ass whooped, I can't stand Major League Baseball getting mad at, I believe it was Fernando Tatis last year, for hitting his second home run of the game. They were up 7 runs in the 8th inning, I think. And he had a 3-0 count, and he bombs the first strike he sees. And they really wanted to get mad at him. I think he was a rookie. For some bullshit unwritten rule in baseball, oh, you don't swing at a 3-0 pitch when you're up 7 runs in the 8th inning. Fuck that. How about you tell the pitcher not to get a 3-0? How about you tell the coach to pull the pitcher when he's not throwing strikes? How about you tell the other team not to make so many damn errors? Maybe they should hit better. And what's funny is they got mad at him because he drove in a couple runs, made it whatever the score was. They're beating the hell out of him. But they got mad at him for hitting a home run on a 3-0 pitch, up 7 runs. The pitcher on the next batter tries to hit the next batter with the ball in retaliation. They should have thrown his ass out. Pitchers are a bunch of wimps anyway, right? And then the other team in the next inning almost came back and won anyway. So if that guy hadn't hit the home run, I think the other team actually would have come back and won the game. And that's why you don't let up. In football, they want to make these rules, oh, don't hit with your head, we're going to have these targeting rules, and in college, in the NFL, it's just a fine. In college, though, they eject you, and they cost the kid a half of a game, and the problem is, though, is that you're making people let up. You're making them pull up, and most of the injuries that happen is when someone lets up. They don't play through the play. They don't play through the whistle. And so, but the baseball thing, oh God, that aggravated me. Like, just because you're getting your ass whooped does not mean that the other team should let up on anything. That's your fault for getting your ass whooped. Yes, sometimes the other teams are just better. When Alabama goes and plays like a 1AA school, unfortunately, a lot of times they're just better, right? But that doesn't mean Alabama should let up. That doesn't mean that. I always laugh when they ask Saban, oh, are you looking forward to getting a lot of your younger guys reps this week? And I always think it's funny because what Saban's going to say is getting younger guys reps. You don't know what's going to happen in this game. Citadel, right? They came out, hell, they were tied or winning a half against Alabama, I think. You don't know what's going to happen in this game. How do I know those younger guys are going to play? We can't let up. There are plenty of times when underdogs, heavy underdogs, go and beat the favorite because the favorite thinks they're entitled to that game. So, it all comes down to preparation. It all comes down to the hard work. And when you're rewarding anything other than that, okay, then it just screws up the whole equilibrium of everything. Because it translates over to life, to regular day activities. If you think you're just entitled to a job because you've been there for 10 years over a guy who's been there for 5 but has outproduced you or done you in that job, then, I hate to tell you, it's a business decision. So I just can't stand seeing that. I would rather teach my kids that there are winners and there are losers. And when you step on that field, it is 100% until the end of the game. I don't care if you're getting beat by 100 points or you're winning by 100 points. And if you're getting beat by 100 points, you better do everything you can to not get beat by 100 points and get that score closer until the very end. And if you're winning by 100 points, you better keep doing whatever you got to do to make that score even greater. Never once, I don't care if I was down 20 points, I always, in my mind, in football, was thinking, oh, okay, if we do this, all the way to the last, 5 seconds, okay, this could happen, and we're right back in this game. You can laugh at me for whatever you want, but I always had that mindset. I always, had hope on, hey, we could still win, or we could, like a never give up mentality, because you have to. And I think sports is I think everyone should try and play sports. I know some people don't like, don't have that, like they're just not interested in it. But it's still great. There's nothing that teaches you more about life than sports. Competitive sports, and ultra competitive sports at that. Okay? That when you get on that court, or that field, or that track, that it is you against them, and they're your enemy. When you step off the track, you treat everyone with respect 100%. They're your friends, they're your brothers, whatever. I don't have a problem with that. But when you are on that court and on that field, you either have the enemy or your teammates. And that's how it should be. If you like the video, press like and hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully in early next week have some more content up. Thank you.